Hello, dear ones. It's Mary Rosette, and the most greatest ideas come to me in the least expected places. So I am basically, you can see, inside a river, and interesting topic came to my mind, and the name of the topic is manipulation through children, and we will discuss it today, and I hope you will like it. And if you do, please subscribe, hit like, and share it. So what we're going to discuss about it today: children are angels and the most innocent humans in this not so easy planet full of narcissists. But unfortunately, some toxic people manipulate other people by using their children to have some advantage, some extra nice advantage for themselves. I'm just checking to make sure there is no bear, no wolf, no coyotes behind me, because we have them all in here, okay? But sorry, I didn't have a chance to take my microphone with me, because I didn't know that when I come for hiking here, a great idea is going to come to my mind. Maybe I should carry my microphone with me next time. If you cannot hear me, please let me know in the comments, and I will come up with something. But right now I don't have my microwave, and I will try to speak as loud as I can, okay? I will bring you a few examples so you can see how people manipulate other people, how parents manipulate other people by using their children. And one of interesting things I noticed, something that happened when I was in a store, okay? It's pharmacy slash cosmetic store. We have that kind of store in Canada. And someone was serving me, and two more people were behind me. And man came, very rude, approached the cashier and said, "Scan my items right now. I don't have time to wait here." She said, it's cosmetics department. You're not buying cosmetics." He said, doesn't matter what I'm buying. Your front desk is full." She said, "I still have to serve this lady," and this lady was me. "Then these two customers behind her, then only you. You know what? I have 3 children crying in the car, and I'm nurse. So you do have to, you owe me, you must scan my items before all these people." So it was during COVID times in 2020, but here in Canada, we did not have any rules that every single person in any store has to give up their lineups. Stores were open only for a certain period of times, okay? And we try to buy everything we need during those times as quickly as we can. We did not have any rules that any kind of medical personnel has to butt in and use the service of a cash register and just walk away from store. And what he did next was unbelievable. He put on your phone, he put in his phone in a speaker, and you could hear, I'm still watching for the bears and coyotes, wolves. It's pretty wild place. and there were like 3-4 kids screaming, and I read his energy, and I saw that he's just nasty person. Those kids are not in his car waiting for him, as he said. They're at home with his wife, and also he is not nurse. Okay, so some kind of asshole by using an excuse, his job, which is not his. Medical personnel were very busy, and his children just trying to get ahead of anyone, butt in and just pay and leave. That's it. So I told her, because he was pressuring so horribly, a poor customer service representative who was helping me. I told her I saw that from his energy, from his attitude. I saw other two people behind me, so he is complete asshole. So I told the cashier, you know what, I can wait. And the other two behind me said, you know what, we can wait. You can just go and serve him. He looks like a very nasty person. So he paid for his stuff, and he walked away, even thanking anyone or the cashier, even though half of the store almost accommodate him. And this is just one of the examples. Another ones that happens quite often in women's washroom. So I notice in most washrooms, no matter child is a girl or boy, they always come with their mom. So this is one of the reasons women's washrooms are quite with long lineups, and it takes a lot of time for them, especially in recreational parks and public places, because 2-3 kids come with their mom. And what most of the time women do, they use their children not to stay in lineup. So someone came, it was long lineup in public park, and a woman came with her daughter, and daughter came to me. Hi, I really want to go to washroom. Can I go ahead of you with my mom? Where is your mom? When I see children unattended, I always ask, where is your mom? Because you probably know huge amount of children disappeared in last 2-3 years in our planet. Unbelievable amount. It's more than ever in our history. She showed her mom, and I read her mom's energy. It's not the girl who wants to go to washroom. It's a mom who wants to go to washroom, and she's not in rush. She just doesn't want to stay in line. She's using her child to guilt trip people so she doesn't wait in lineup. Also, it happens a lot, so it's not going to be like great quality and amazing video, okay? But I'm just making this video to make sure not to fall in people's guilt trip. Just to let you know, I love kids, okay? And I was guardian since I was 9 years old for one child in the family whose parents weren't around, and I was guardian for her until age of 16. So until she turned 16. So I know 9 is very young, okay? But it didn't start in Canada. But even after we immigrated to North America, she was clinged to me so much that she still treated me like a guardian. So she always used to come to me instead of her mom. And this is how children are, right? Whoever raised them, they will clinch to them like to a parents. This is normal. It's child psychology. Like, I was raised by my grandfather, and to this day I always feel like they were my real parents. So I do love children a lot, and even when I was looking after that girl, I never guilt tripped anyone. So don't think that I don't know anything about children. Yes, I do. I love children, but parents shouldn't be doing it, because child psychology is different. So this part I studied in institute, where I was studying a lot about human psychology. When parents, by guilt tripping everyone around, get what they want, children will feel guilty that someone was manipulated by their parents by using them. Remember, children are much smarter and can see and hear and understand way more things than many adults cannot. I will repeat it again, because many people think children are, I don't know, dumbos, they don't understand what life is and all that stuff. I will repeat again. Children are very smart. From as early as age of 3, they can see everyone. They can basically see through everyone, okay? They know when someone is using them and manipulating. They know when someone is using them to manipulate someone else, okay? So when they see that their parents or their guardians manipulated someone by using them, they feel really bad. They feel very guilty, because children has different conscious and subconscious level of mind than us. They take things more personal than we do, because our minds are more trained, and our energy field, our aura is much more stronger. Children's aura, or subconscious mind or conscious mind, is not as strong as adults. It will come gradually as they grow up. So if you are that type of parent, maybe you should stop doing it, okay? And if someone always uses their child to manipulate you, I will tell you what to tell, and I will tell you the signs now. As always, I always try to educate people how to distinguish abusive people. Actually, this type of behavior is abusive. When someone is manipulating someone, they are abuser. You can keep that in mind, okay? They are toxic people. I will give you another example. My friend always used to say, oh, you know, my child, she had a 2-year-old daughter, my child is sick, my child is sick. Did you see a doctor? She's like, yes. Okay, again, my child is sick, my child is sick. Do you want me to buy any medications for your child? Do you want me to buy any supplements? Or are you depressed? Do you want to talk about it? Or are you depressed and do you want me to give you a phone number of psychotherapists? Because I'm a life coach and I'm author, I have a huge circle. We have one big circle. It's a lot of us, hypnotherapists, psychotherapists, psychologists, life coaches. So very big team. And she's like, no, I didn't understand. Then I'm like, so I have I can read the energies. So again, like when someone says I can read energies, it means they have psychological abilities. So when I read her mind, she was trying to manipulate me. So what she wanted me to do is to look after her child time to time, so she has a free time just for her own. Because I saw that she manipulating me, and I don't let any abuser to manipulate me anymore. I've been through that a lot. I grew up with a huge amount of narcissists and abusers in my circle since I was born, and I catch it very quickly when someone is manipulating. And when next time she said, you know what, my child is sick, my child is sick, my child is sick, I said, once you're taking her to a doctor, probably she will require first enjoy and good luck. That's it. I let her know that her manipulation that is not gonna work for me, you know, that's it. I'm like, yeah, you're taking her to doctors. You said she's feeling better gradually, right? So she's gonna recover soon, and have a good day. And I hang up the phone. And another thing that I know, babysitters are very expensive, and among families and friends it happens a lot. Very often when family members ask each other to look after their child, and we're all busy, right? We all have our own kids, and it's very hard to look after like five or six kids when someone else brings 2-3 children on top of our 2-3. Another very famous manure that toxic people use, I will bring you an example. Actually, I will bring an example of one of my family members. See, any kind of example I need for different type of narcissists and toxic people, bingo. I have all of them because my mom has extended family and it's 500 people there, most of them narcissists. So she asked me almost single every day after work to look after her daughter. She was 4 years old. I'm like, sure, bring it. And I saw that became a free nanny. We don't live together. And later I said, I cannot look after your child every evening. Looks like I'm babysitter and you're enjoying your life after your work. And she started to show with her attitude that she's upset, and she's like, fine, I'm taking my kid with me. She banged my door and she stopped talking to me. So this type of narcissist is, I call them silent tyrants. So it's passive aggressive people. She wanted me to run after her while she was living with such a terrible attitude, by throwing her shoes away, by picking up her child in a very angry manner. And when she left, she still looked behind and she was waiting if I'm gonna run and say sorry and say, hey, I'm gonna be continuing to be completely free babysitter 7 days a week for your child so you can enjoy your life. When she was leaving, I approached the door, I opened it wide. Without saying bye, she turned with terrible attitude and she left. I said, thanks for leaving. It was very tiring to look after your kid. So, yeah, don't get caught when your friends or family members indirectly, by using guilt trip, by using different kind of excuses that someone is sick, someone is not feeling well, want you to help with their kids, okay? The same thing, I understand. Kids are amazing, they're angels, they need more help than adults. And I saw one time in a big airline, we were crossing from North America to Europe, and it was like 6 or 8 washrooms for huge amount of people in giant plane, which is not enough, right? And in each washroom there was a lineup of 25 people. The same thing happened, like, oh, it's a lineup, and women approaching like, I have a kid, can you please let me go ahead of you? So she's a 26 person and she wanted her and her kid to go ahead of you. I didn't mind. It wasn't that bad for me. I usually, as soon as I eat, I stand up in a lineup, unless it's business or priority class. I know lineups are gonna be crazy after dinner in airplanes. And another lady said that we understand your child wants to go to washroom, but we all want to go to washroom too. She said, and I want to go to washrooms really badly. I think and you're not the only one with a child in this lineup, because there were other parents with their kids in the lineup for the washroom. Lineups is just an example, so just so you know how they try to manipulate, by trying to make, how some parents try to manipulate by making their life happy. But when someone makes your life happy, and someone when something is conveniently ended up being with you, it's inconvenience for that person who gave up their seat for you. So that lady said, you're not the only one. It's 6 or 7 parents waiting with 2, 3 kids in lineup. So why would we let you go in front of us? Go back and take your lineup. And when she went back and took her lineup, I noticed her child wasn't crying. They didn't take shit or didn't piss on the floor on airplane. So I guess everyone wanted to go to washroom badly, but some people just use their kids a lot to manipulate others. It's just not one thing. I see it in many places, and you should know when someone really needs help with their kids and someone just manipulating to make their life easier, not to pay for expensive babysitters, not to waste their 1 hour of time in extremely long lineups like in airplanes, and airplanes don't have enough washrooms for the big size and so many seats that they sell. Okay, so please be mindful. Again, I love kids so much. I helped my siblings to grow. I help apart from mine, I help my a lot of my friends' children a lot. I help my friends with their kids a lot, and especially when their kids were small and they had 2, 3 kids, and it's a lot of job obviously, but it's not our job to tiptoe and be bought by manipulator schemes, okay, when they don't really need help. So we have to know when they really need help and when not, and not to get caught by manipulation. Because since became life so hard for last 3 years everywhere in the planet, even when I go to trips, I see that to escape lineups, to get better spots, to make their life easier, to save money, parents use a lot their kids as an excuse. Unfortunately, it is manipulation, and make sure you don't get caught up in that manipulation. Assert the situation and act accordingly. And as I said, person who will be manipulated, okay, will be drained energetically. If you are energy sensitive, you have to know that as well, okay? Again, I love kids a lot, but I'm assertive now. Before I wasn't. A lot of people manipulated me to look after their children, help with their children, all that stuff. Now I am assertive. I know when I can help and when I cannot. Okay? If you have any questions, please leave your comments below. I'm Mary Rosette, and I will see you in my next video.